This is all over, aren't you?
All right, we'd like to welcome everyone and call to order the regular meeting of the West Valley City Council. It is June 11th, 2024. We're beginning our meeting at 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers of West Valley City Hall. We have all members of the council present. Councilman Fitzsimmons, Councilman Whetstone, Councilman Harmon, Councilman Hune, myself, Councilman Christensen, Councilman Norfelt. We're also joined at the dais with our Assistant City Manager, Mr. Flores, and our City Recorder, Ms. Kamick. We will now turn the time over to Councilman Whetstone for our opening ceremony.
Thank you, Mayor. Last week, Councilman Harmon gave us a little lesson on civics. So if it's okay, I'll just take a few minutes and give a lesson on history. Today is June 11th, 2024, and I'd like to reflect on the significant contrast between this date and the date over 2 centuries ago, on June 11th, 1804. On this day, Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr faced each other in a duel, and there was a tragic outcome of an intense political disagreement. Their inability to find common ground and their choice to settle their dispute with violence led to the untimely death of Hamilton, which was a loss that was felt throughout the nation. Fast forward to the present, here in our community, West Valley City, we have faced our own complex issues. Over the last month, we have been engaged in discussions concerning the future of our theater, a matter that could have easily devolved into conflict. Instead, I've been profoundly impressed by the civil discourse that has taken place. In every conversation, every email, every phone call, every message, we have seen a commitment to listening, understanding, and finding common ground. This respectful and constructive approach stands in stark contrast to the events of 1804. Instead of resorting to confrontation, we have embraced dialogue. We have proven that even in the face of disagreement, it's possible to communicate effectively and respectively. This spirit of cooperation and civility is something I believe the rest of the country can learn from. West Valley City has shown through polite and civil discourse, we can navigate complex issues and emerge with solutions that benefit everyone. So I'd like to continue and set this example and possibly inspire others to do the same. And with that, would you please join with me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you. All right, we now have our minutes of June 4th, 2024 to the council for discussion or a motion.
I'll move to approve those.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And those stand approved. All right. We will now accept public comment. Our comment period is limited to 30 minutes. Any person wishing to comment shall limit their comments to 3 minutes. Upon recognition by the mayor, you will approach the microphone. If you did not sign up, please give us your name and address, otherwise just your name. All comments shall be directed to the mayor. No one addressing the council during comment period shall be allowed to comment more than once. Comments shall be limited to city business and matters within the preview of the city council. Speakers should not expect a debate with the mayor, council, or staff. The mayor, council, and staff may respond after the comment period has concluded. Speakers shall refrain from public attacks against fellow citizens, city staff, or members of the council. So we will turn the time to speaker 1.
My name's Scott Bone. This is the 5th time I've been here this year about the same thing. It's about our speeding through our street. We just got our latest result back from our speed test and we failed yet again. No big surprise. It showed that 85% of the cars were traveling at 27 miles an hour, which is over the speed limit, but just barely. So it's okay. Kid could survive that. When we went through, and this is some of the other records that we had. So we've actually been getting better from one to the other. When I went through the neighborhood and talked to the neighbors, they had the same reaction I did when I first saw the report. I can't say what they said, but kind of give you an idea of what they said. So the study that the city uses to determine whether or not they're speeders is 85th percentile report. That is designed by the Department of Transportation to see what the speed limit should be on the street. It doesn't necessarily point out the speeders, how many we have. In the packets I gave you a lot of this information. So this study doesn't show the 176 to 244 cars a day going down our street over the speed limit. The reason why there's such a disparity is because the report, there's 2 numbers. There's the lower number and then the higher number. I'm not sure which one is correct. But 40 of those were over 30 miles an hour. So using this type of study is flawed, but the report itself is flawed as well. In the report, I found several mistakes. First of all, it's showing that the address where it was collected was 2916. I was told it was a typo, but how much else is a typo? Considering Stanton Drive starts at 35th South and goes to 31st South. Also, it said that the data was collected between the 20th of May and the 29th, but the actual data shows the 21st ending at noon on the 27th. And then, like I said, the numbers are wrong as well. Last week, a week ago today, my wife was out looking at the police helicopter, looking for the drug dealer guy. And while she was out there looking, there was a little girl riding her bike past our house. A car came speeding past, scared her, and she crashed her bike into a parked car. She was lucky she hit the parked car, not the speeding car, because she wouldn't be with us and would probably have a different type of talk today. Talking to the neighbors, they've told other stories about being passed on our street when they're going the speed limit. So people can't stand us driving the speed limit. So I'm begging the mayor, city council, city manager, please help change the reporting that the Public Works Department uses to determine speeding, because it's not showing the speeders. It's just showing what the average speed is, which I'm proud of my neighbors. They try to keep to the speed limit. I've been told that they've got the budget to do it, but because of their flawed reporting, they're not doing it. I asked for a list of streets in the last little while. I was told in the last 8 years, there's been four people.
Thank you.
Sorry. 4 speed humps.
Speaker two.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. It's been a while. I've yielded my time so that the arts could get as many people up. The list was almost empty today when I came in, so some of these things are old things, but first I want to thank the mayor and city council, putting on my clean and beautiful hat, for coming out to Springfest. It's been a while ago, but it was a great event. We had great turnout. And a couple of the issues that were brought to us about vendor parking and stuff like that, we will fix for next year so that we have more parking for guests in the regular parking lot. And so, the other thing now, I'm gonna put my hometown hat on. As a my hometown youth advisor, we have meetings every month and we've been hoping to have them in the churches. Sometimes it's not available. And every time we've needed the multi-use building or room next door with notice, Craig has been able to get it for us and have somebody there. And that is very, very nice of the city to be able to do that for my hometown. Keeping my hometown hat on, we just had two community resource centers get together along with a whole bunch of others, and where we were at the we were at the skate park with Chill for 6 weeks. A group of kids learning how to skateboard again in our skate park. Now putting on my citizen hat, I got to talk to a lot of the kids out there that are using the skate park with their bikes. And I asked several of them, why aren't you using the new bike pad? The number one thing is when they fall off, landing on the asphalt, right, is tearing up their pants, their arms, their legs. So, you know, that was kind of interesting to hear. The other thing is the little bump track that's out there that was originally there, once again, has holes in it. This is used by little kids and their scooters, and there's 2 big holes in it. That's something that I think should be, you know, the park and rec maintenance people should notice that, and get that fixed. It's fiberglass. It should be a simple fix. The skate park weeds, when we did the tour, it was pointed out. And as of last week, I have not been by it. So it could have been fixed this week, but the weeds were taller than me in some areas. It's not because of the water. To me, it's just somebody just not taking care of this jewel in our city. The other thing, a sad thing, once again, a citizen and a veteran, why didn't we have a Memorial Day event at our memorial? All around the other cities, they were doing it. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Speaker three.
Hi, I'm Morgan Golightly, and first off, I'd like to thank you all for your support and partnership in keeping West Valley Performing Arts open. What we've accomplished together within the last month has been amazing, and it's extraordinary what we can do when we problem solve and take the time to listen to each other. I am a freelance set designer and scenic painter in the theater industry. I have designed sets for West Valley Performing Arts for the last 3 years and have worked in various other theaters across the country and state. Having accessible theater in our community is essential. Every theater has its own unique way of telling a story, sharing a message, and sharing culture with our audiences. The theater community as a whole is a strong and supportive group of people, and I'm lucky to call them my family. We as theater people create in order to connect with those who need us. By keeping this theater open and with your support, we are doing more than just entertaining people. We're saving lives and supporting dreams. This theater has done both for me. The impact that is made on lives in theater is carried out into the world, especially from this theater. Thank you for recognizing this. I remember being a kid and seeing shows in this very space. And part of my dream growing up was to set design here and work in theaters all throughout Utah, being a significant part of the community that brought so much joy and support and made a huge impact in my life in a positive way. Sorry, I lost my part. There we go. I'm grateful that I get to do this and that I get to continue to do this here at the theater. I had a rough childhood, and theater became my outlet and my safe space when home was not a safe place for me. It did so again as I worked through and left abusive situations just a few years ago. This community and these people in this theater have made a huge impact on my recovery and my rebuilding my life. My employment here has aided me as a single mom and supported my dreams and career of being a set designer, one that I get to share with my kids and the new family that I'm building for myself now. It's such a privilege to get to do this here. We never know what others are going through and who's going to need us, but we get to be there for them now. We look forward to a long and happy many years bringing theater to our community. And thank you for being here with us to support dreams and change lives in an impactful way.
Thank you. Speaker 4.
My name is Liz Christensen. Thank you for supporting a future for West Valley Performing Arts. I'm a Davis County resident who has joyfully been in the audience for multiple West Valley Performing Arts productions. I've never been on the stage, and I've not worked on the shows in any capacity. When I come to West Valley Performing Arts, I drive past 6 theater companies that I know of, and I don't buy tickets to any of them. I've put money into West Valley through my ticket purchases and the dining and the gas purchases associated with my theater visits. I thank you for opening a path forward for this group so I can continue to purchase a product that I think is valuable and not available at other venues. My mom was a consultant for Boeing, Evans & Sutherland, and O.C. Tanner, and she taught me that most industries just redistribute wealth. So retail and healthcare, they just shuffle money around. But there are a few sectors of the economy that actually create new wealth, 3 of them: agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. I submit to you that your continued financial support for West Valley Performing Arts is an artistic mining and manufacturing operation. West Valley Performing Arts pulls talent from parts of the community that other venues aren't accessing. Then they draw out this unique human resource and manufacture a show of celebrated quality. This process increases the artistic, cultural, social, and reputational value of your community. That's important capital. Entertainment is important to the life of any city, but that theater specifically grows, mines, and combines talent unlike anywhere else along the Wasatch Front. Not all wealth sits in a bank account or as a line item on a budget. Artistic and cultural investments carry real returns in human terms. And you sit atop a gold mine in this community. I encourage you to make a consistent and ongoing commitment to your community and to your city. Your city's mission statement is to build an attractive, safe, healthy, diverse, and creative community where people are proud to live, work, shop, play, and learn. A 1% subsidy in perpetuity would support that mission statement with very tangible evidence. Thank you for your time.
Speaker 5.
Hi, this is the first time I've written something down here. So first of all, I want to thank those that came to opening night of Lightning Thief. We loved having you. It was wonderful to be there with you. So thanks. I have a granddaughter. Her name is Eleonora, and she is my pride and joy. Not the only one, but She was at our house when she was about 2 years old. And I was sitting, we were getting ready for bed, and I was sitting on the stairs, and she came and put her head between the rails of our staircase. But as she slid her head down, she got her head underneath the rail that came down. The balusters were there, and then the rail came, and she got stuck right there. And as hard as I could not get her head out of that. I brought a Kleenex out of that rail. So I yelled at my husband, and he came with his handsaw and he cut those balusters right at the place where you couldn't see where they were cutting in. And he got those out, and he took her head out, and she cried, and she so thankful. She put her little hands on his cheeks, and that is such a special feeling. And she said, "Thank you, Grandpa, for saving me." And it was the cutest thing. It was so special. But so many times we forget to say thank you. We forget to turn around and tell you thank you. So I'm here to say thank you to you for saving our theater. I feel like Nora. I felt like when I heard you were shutting the theater down, I cried. I was stuck in that baluster with that rail in my head, and I couldn't get out, and I didn't know where to go. But there were so many good people who were there to know what to do to help us. So I thank you, because I'm crying good tears now. I'm not crying sad ones. We are so happy to have this opportunity to have this theater. We don't realize how hard people work. We don't realize how much goes into things and how much working together and talking and communicating it takes. And we forget that people have other things that they're worried about too. And so you probably don't hear a lot of positives from this stand, but I'd like you to hear this one. Thank you so much for your work. Thank you so much for talking with us, for listening to us, for helping us to save our theater. A great big thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you. Speaker 6.
Hello, Council. It's been a minute. As a proud resident, lifelong resident, and a product of West Valley, I am so happy to come up today and stand before you with immense gratitude for the partnership and collaboration we've cultivated over the past month. Your dedication to the community and unwavering support for the arts has not gone unnoticed. Together, we have made strides to fortify the cultural landscape of West Valley City. We have enriched the lives of its residents through the power of performance. However, while I express my most sincere appreciation for these recent efforts, I also come with a resolute message. We are not prepared to settle until the future of this venue is confirmed. Our commitment to the arts, to the cultural vibrancy of the city, compels us to ensure that the performing arts have a secure and thriving future ahead of us. As a performer based here in Utah, I have had the opportunity to perform at many venues along the Wasatch Front as well as worldwide. However, for the purpose of this discussion, it's essential to highlight my experiences specifically with Sandy Arts and West Valley Performing Arts. When I was first looking for places to perform and audition at, I started as many do by looking at the city community theaters around me. I looked at Sandy, Murray, Harriman, and even Taylorsville, because they stood out to me as cities that showed strong commitment to the arts and had stellar reputations for producing quality shows. My collaboration with Sandy Arts quickly revealed that their unwavering dedication to fostering community performing arts, viewing it not as just entertainment, but as a cherished tradition and legacy. City officials, including the mayor and the city council members, would often express their gratitude for our contributions to enriching the cultural landscape of their city. Fast forward to 2020, when West Valley City reopened the West Valley Performing Arts Center with their first iteration of Footloose. Witnessing the revitalization of this space with the city's embrace of the arts filled me with such joy. It was immense pride from the place that I come from. Since its reopening, I've been involved in several productions at West Valley, and it is evident that a similar tradition of excellence is taking root. The theater's reputation as a premier destination of both audiences and performers continues to grow, with West Valley Arts becoming synonymous with a visionary cultural development throughout the region. Through all of this is a simple ask. Just as any other great cities here in the Valley and across the United States have set precedents on the support for their arts, we seek your reassurance that the performing arts of West Valley City will receive 1% subsidy in perpetuity. This commitment is not merely about financial support. It symbolizes a long-term investment from the city itself into the cultural richness and vitality of our community. In conclusion, I thank you once again for your partnership. It is not gone unnoticed. It has made me so much prouder to be a member of this. Thank you for setting this legacy in perpetuity. Thank you.
Speaker 7.
Thank you. Our theater was once identified with a particular organization. It is now a reflection of West Valley City, our population, and our culture. It is elevating West Valley City as we mature as a community. It is establishing West Valley City among the most desirable places to live and visit in Utah. And our theater, our West Valley City Theater, is an important way that we show pride in our neighborhoods to our friends in Salt Lake County and to Utahns throughout the state. Thank you for the steps you are taking to listen and learn more about the extraordinary theater in our city. I think you are gaining some understanding that in our performance space, our production companies give us with the magic that occurs only among talented, collaborative writers, character creators, directors, musicians, designers, dancers, and audiences, stories that illustrate dilemmas and dreams in which we can imagine, in which we can wonder and worry and hope, and from which we come away with thoughts and ideas and feelings, the reminders of our human beingness. The choices and direction in our theater let audiences escape the commercial competition and spectacle of so much in our lives. And it brings topics and characters that resonate with our experiences. So again, thank you for leading by listening and learning more. What we need now is your ongoing commitment to the talent, professional expertise, collaboration, and meaningfulness our theater brings to West Valley City. This is such an opportunity to demonstrate the value of our theater to West Valley City residents and also to others who have been watching us, watching our city distinctly illustrate community and collaboration with this space and the productions created here. We are counting on you to invest in the humanity of our city, as well as the economy and how our theater reflects and grows both of these. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker 8.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Cook. I've lived in the West Valley area for 2 years. I want to thank the council for passing the resolution to continue finding a path forward for the West Valley Performing Arts Center. Last week, I was here with my daughter, Diana. She will be 3 next month. She's here tonight too, hopefully not too obtrusive. I also have an 8-month-old at home. It isn't easy for me to get out much with this phase of life that I'm in, but it was very important to me to come here and support the Performing Arts Center, because one of the reasons my family chose to live in this area is because of the vibrant theater scene. I grew up in rural Wyoming and was a theater kid without easy access to theater. I struggled with depression and anxiety. I still do, but theater has helped immensely. If I had had access to an organization like West Valley Performing Arts as a youth, it would have vastly improved my life. I feel strongly, as all parents do, that I want to provide my kids opportunities I didn't have. I used to say that I moved to Utah to get out of Wyoming. I want better for my kids. I don't want them to feel like they wanted to get out of West Valley. I want them to feel like their city was a place that helped them blossom. West Valley Performing Arts provides this for the youth of the area and should continue to do so for many years to come. I am excited to take my children to shows at West Valley Performing Arts when they are older. I look forward to telling Diana when she is old enough to participate in youth programs at the West Valley Performing Arts Center that she was here. The city took the first steps toward ensuring that West Valley has continued access to theater and the arts. Thank you again for passing the resolution, and thank you for your time.
Thank you. Speaker 9.
I'd like to start off by saying thank you for the work you have done with our theater group to come to a compromise to find a way to continue the support for our Performing Arts Center and the theater group. This work is not done yet. It is just beginning. As I was driving in on 215 today, I noticed that we have a place of interest sign for our Maverick Center Arena. I would encourage the city to work with UDOT to have a place of interest sign put in for both our Performing Arts Center and the Utah Cultural Celebration Center. These freeway exit signs are a great source of passive marketing that can help bring people into our city and help people to become aware of important places like our Performing Arts Center and the Utah Cultural Celebration Center. I would like to draw your attention to the beautiful tile murals that are adorning both sides of our city entrance. On the left-hand side, we see important city services and facilities. Among those is a tile for our Performing Arts Center in its former capacity as Health Center Theater. Although a touching tribute to the past of the theater, I would urge the city to consider commissioning a new tile to replace the Health Center tile and thus reflect on the vibrant life of our current Performing Arts Center. On the right side, we see a reflection of the city's heritage and prominent businesses that, of those, I believe only Delton Lanes and the Redwood Theater Drive-In still exist. I understand the business case for the property redevelopment of the Redwood Theater, but I urge the city to reflect on whether we should be bulldozing every historical business and open space within the city to build more high-density housing and storage units. Yes, housing is needed, but housing should not supplant proper balanced development within the city. We need city facilities, community centers, businesses, places of entertainment, culture, education, and open space. I urge the city to reject the proposed zoning change and replace the Redwood Drive-In with housing. I would hope that the community would find a way to save the existing drive-in and a way to renew the location and the area. One last item I would like to quickly touch on. As I see many places within the city, we have lost trees that were originally intended on the plans. We have lost those at the Family Fitness Center and everywhere else. It seems like our landscaping only takes out the trees and never replaces them. I urge the city to consider finding a way to build and put in those trees that we originally planned for. Thank you.
Speaker 10.
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to thank the council for continuing to fund the West Valley Performing Arts. I know this as a whole will benefit all of the people in this room and the city as a whole. My name is Caroline Drake, and I am a local high school student. I'm a proud theater nerd, and I've been in many community theater productions at theaters such as Centerpoint Legacy Theater and Murray Amphitheater. This upcoming school year, I will be taking an advanced theater class, and I am thrilled. For students like me, the theater is an escape where we can find a loving community and inspiration for what we do. In June of last year, my family went to see the West Valley production of the play Puffs. I can confidently say this was one of the best productions I have seen in a very long time. I'm seeing the production of The Lightning Thief on Friday, and I am ecstatic. I have very high expectations, as expected with West Valley Theater, because their productions are always amazing. While I've been unable to be in a production at West Valley, my mom, Katie Drake, has. She absolutely adores being in every show she's in there and loves the community even more. This theater generates a creative and inspirational space for so many, and that is something that we take for granted. For so many people, including myself, seeing live theater is a formative experience that can awaken excitement in viewers and inspire them to perform. This theater creates these unique opportunities for others, and I will always continue to support that, as should you. Supporting the arts doesn't just mean doing what is best for yourself as an individual. It means contributing to a cycle of talent that your children and grandchildren can have the same opportunities that I have been so fortunate to have. I wholeheartedly thank you for continuing your support of the theater and providing one of a kind experiences for people of all ages who love the theater, just like me. It may not seem like this has had a big impact on anyone so far, but trust me, generations to come will thank you. So let me be the first of my generation to say thank you for supporting West Valley Arts.
Okay, so there's a minute 45. Anyone else that didn't have a chance to speak would like to? Name and address, please.
Hello, my name is Kate Ruffner, and I live in the Blue Haven neighborhood of West Valley City. Proud to be here tonight because I'm proud to stand by your side. And I'd like to thank Mayor Lang and all who worked with you to make sure that we could save this theater. Speaking of future generations, I just wanted to point out, next summer, you don't know him yet, the small boy will go to a theater instead of hanging out with his friends in back of a school. A small boy will not be a delinquent. A small boy will find a community. He will find a home. He will find people to talk to. In a difficult childhood and a difficult landscape where he can't speak to his parents, he will find a way to express his emotions. He will find a way to express empathy. And he might even grow up to be standing in front of you at some point, capable of participating in the city. He'll be capable of running a business, capable of standing in front of many people to lead teams to change the world. You don't know, but he's waiting. And you've made sure that he has a future. I thank you for that, because that's a future that I want to live in here in West Valley City. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that is the end of our comment period. Is there any comments from the council? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to our resolutions. We'll begin with resolution 24-97. This would amend a interagency agreement between the city and the Utah Department of Workforce Services to provide the city with additional mitigation funding to help offset the increased public safety workload resulting from the temporary overflow homeless shelter at 3381 South Redwood Road. The amendment would also extend the contract period to September 30th, 2024. So I'll take this resolution 24-97 and the council discussion or a motion.
I move for approval of resolution 24-97.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move to resolution 24-98. The fire department applied for a grant through the Federal Emergency Management Agency and were awarded $1,066,000 for a new mobile emergency operations center. The delivery date for this unit will be 19 to 20 months away. I'll turn this resolution to the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-98.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt.
Yes.
Councilman Christensen.
Yes.
Councilman Hune.
Aye.
Councilman Harmon.
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
And Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now go to resolution 24-99. This resolution would award a contract to Strupp Construction for Phase 1 of the Westview Park Expansion Project. The total cost is $670,000 from the park impact fees. To the council for discussion or a motion.
Move for approval of resolution 24-99.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu.
Aye.
Councilman Whitstone.
Yes.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We'll now move to resolution 24-100. This resolution would allow the mayor to sign a local government understanding and agreement for consulting work related to the station area plans as required by state law. The stations included are Decker Lake, Redwood Junction, and River Trail. To the council for discussion or a motion.
Motion to approve resolution 24-100.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Ms. Kamic.
Councilman Nordfelt,
Yes.
Councilman Christensen,
Yes.
Councilman Hune,
Aye.
Councilman Harmon,
Yes.
Councilman Whitstone,
Yes.
Councilman Fitzie Umanu,
Aye.
and Mayor Ling.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We do not have a need for a closed session tonight, so we have one more action item.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor, please say aye,
Aye.
and we stand adjourned.